That's okay and all, but that's not the one that is on YouTube.
It's the one I put up there. If it's not up there, somebody changed it and removed it. And we are live, by the way.
We grew up on television. The tube was our babysitter. Guidance through the tube. Moral sent by transmitter. This is where you go to get down to the know about great TV shows all on one show. It's time for some Tgif right here on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield.
And there it is. We have started. Thank God it is Friday. It's a new sandwich I made. It's Friday and jelly.
Dude. Let the word butcher into me, okay?
Yeah.
Let the
That's
what
Martine's
mature into
job.
you? What the fuck? Let what mature into you? What? English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
I understood him. You love
Very,
yourself.
very
Jeez.
poorly.
I don't know what the fuck you said. It's like you said something about let the word mature into you. What the fuck did you
The word
say?
He said-
butchering.
Yeah.
Butchering.
Oh,
Butchering.
butchering.
Yeah.
Like the slaughtering of the young.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, you saw that that bullshit today with the protesters threw soup on a Van Gogh painting.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
4 years of
I'm
prison.
not naturally a violent man. I've come to it, but I don't go to it naturally. And I immediately had fantasies of being an Inuit and treating them like harp seals.
Oh.
Listen, paintings like that should be behind glass anyway.
Absolutely, and I'm imagining it is. They're insane if they allow today in the climate where security doesn't seem to do their fucking jobs anymore.
Yeah.
No, they are insane
You know,
for
I'm
exhibiting
like the
the
museum
original.
has no security. I mean, these people got fucking people with cameras set up in there. No security. I'm telling you, some of these motherfuckers are in league with these cocksuckers.
Of course.
So,
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
What? But
and of course,
really, what?
Anima was almost late to work because of protests there in Austria. And I'm like, those
Yeah, well-
fuckers give a shit about actual people.
Last night, that street around Old Town where part of my way to work and back is over that street. So yesterday it was
Right.
closed for the Vienna night run. It's always closed for runs and demonstrations. And this morning it was closed for a demonstration, and I had to walk 3 fucking stops in the rain. I was so annoyed. They need to stop doing that. Every weekend there's something happening on that street and it's closed to traffic. And it sucks. Like, go protest somewhere else. To people who
Go
care.
protest somewhere else. Go somewhere where people give a shit what you think about.
Yeah, what's even worse, today was that Fridays for Future thing. So it was kids, school kids, and they tried to brainwash them with their climate change bullshit. That was
Yeah, I know.
just so annoying.
Yeah, climate change exists. Climate
It
change exists.
It always has,
but not the
dude.
way they talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's called
Exactly.
weather.
Yeah. It's like I always tell people, you cannot speak to me about climate unless you can answer this one question. What has over 95% impact on it?
Oh.
I think my daughter said volcano.
Volcanoes,
And I looked at
yeah,
her
she did.
and I'm like, didn't you listen to anything I taught you?
Well,
No.
I don't know if I s- I assume that you know it, but I think it was last week that a group of scientists at last they said yes, there's some minor climate change, but it's not human made.
Yeah, humans.
They already,
We
and
we
they
would
talk
have to
about the sun.
try. We would have to try to have any impact at all, and it would be negligible 1 to 3% impact. Humans. That's how minute and insignificant we are. God, people are
Well, it
fucking
doesn't mean
idiots.
we don't need to change because we do fucked up stuff.
No,
now.
we
Oh no,
do, because we need
of
to be
course,
good stewards to this planet.
yes.
This is our
Yeah.
home. Clean your fucking bedroom, people. And I mean, bedroom means the world,
Yeah.
right?
And
So,
it's like it's not that emissions are gonna fry the planet, but it would be nice to breathe cleaner air.
yeah, it's like the one thing that we have had a huge impact on that disgusts me is the ocean.
Mm.
And China and India are the single greatest um, doers
Polluters.
of damage to pollution and to the oceans.
Especially when it comes to plastic. Yeah.
U.S. has really backed off because we used to be a real big provider too, as far as the ocean went, and pollution too. But we've cleaned up our act a lot here in the United States, and I find it funny, and this has been challenged to Greta Thunberg and her ilk. That well, wait a minute, because she was asked this question, she couldn't answer it. Like if
Because she
the
couldn't. That's her parents pushing her. She's not behind that.
outputs of pollution because of the changes that are made here, and the two biggest are India and China. Why are you always going after America and you never go after China or India? She had no answer to that. The answer is money.
Yep.
It's all money. It's all about the economy. It's all about controlling the economy. The more control they have over things like climate and fuel, the more control they have over the globe. And once again, I want to point out it came from Eastern Europe. This whole thing got started from Eastern Europe. And we all know it's in Eastern Europe. Communism. So socialists are pricks. And all they want is control and power. That's all they're going for. And they're trying here in the United States in a way that's really shocking. They've gotten away with it in Canada. And they've gotten away with it in the UK and France. And to be honest with you, a majority of Europe is under the thumb of the EU now, which is a socialist organization. Whether people want to accept it or recognize it or not, it is what it is. And if they have the ability, and that's why I was kind of happy when Britain stepped away.
They're
Because
fucked too now.
they were using
Yeah.
England as, and they're still fucked.
Yeah.
They're absolutely screwed. You've got government officials in those countries. Ireland is really in trouble right now. It's bad. It's really bad. And I blame our government officials that are supposed to be against that stuff for letting it happen. They let it happen. The voters are responsible too, because we voted these cocksuckers in. So we're in trouble here in the US, and it's just you gotta face it, because I'm not talking about liberals. I'm not talking about Democrats. I'm talking about leftists. They've infiltrated the Democratic Party, and they've run out all the good stuff. Today, a whistleblower, FBI whistleblower, said that Americans, you better arm yourselves. This is before a Senate subcommittee said today, you better arm yourselves, because FBI, Department of Justice, what they've done is these people have become leaders within the organization. And if you do not toe the same political line as them, they force you out of the FBI and the Department of Justice. They force you out. So that's why there's so many, and that's why there's such a problem right now with the FBI and the Department of Justice in this country. And, I'm not saying anything that's new. Anybody that's in the know that pays attention to these hearings knows what's going on. Most people don't want to listen to them. I don't want to hear bad news. I don't want to hear that I have to do something. That's why I vote other people in, so I don't have to do stuff. And it's like that video today of that reporter, I think it's CBS reporter, local CBS, and with all the flooding that's happening and water's rising, this woman trapped out in a car in the middle of it. And he yells out to her, I called 911, they'll be here soon. And she starts yelling back at him. He realizes, oh shit, the water's rising into her car. And he just turns to the camera and he goes, I'll be right back. And he takes his earplug off and he hands the microphone over and fucking swims out to this lady and rescues her ass.
Wow.
Because he realized he is the first responder. And sometimes, as much as you don't want it, and I've never wanted to be a first responder, but boy, oh boy, I've been the first responder on many occasions and damn near got killed a few times doing it. And I fucking was like, oh, please don't let me die here. I have so many other things I want to do. I do not want to die today, but nobody else is going to do it.
The task choose you, not the other way around.
It's not the other way around. You have to, I hate saying this word, but you either cowboy the fuck up or you just remain a pussy. And sometimes you just got to fucking cowboy the fuck up and just go do something you don't want to do. Been there. I'm too old for that shit. I'm glad. I'm not even sure, I'm going to be much of a boyfriend to Anima because I'm so fucking old now.
I grew up with my mom teaching us that first aid is not a choice.
Everybody should know first aid. Everybody.
She taught us shit from right early on. Whenever something happened to us, she would see to it and explain to us. And if it happened again, like just scraped knees, you disinfect and then you put the band-aid on. And she would ask us, so what are we doing first? So we knew. She always taught us, when you see someone in trouble, it's not a choice. You go help them.
Yep. Don't wait for someone else to do it. You can hope someone else will do it, but the minute you see something needs to be done, you need to act quickly because time is of the essence. It's like I always say, people like that are anti self-defense, whether it's handguns or what have you. It's like, that's what 911's for. I said, well, I'll tell you something. When seconds count, cops are minutes away.
Yep.
No one's going to save you. You have to save yourself. And I've been caught in so many situations in my life where it's like, oh, I didn't want to go there. And
I remember I was at a party here in Mexico that had to tell some guy, look, man, I don't give a fuck if the police catches my murder or not. What I don't want is to have a murderer.
Yeah, don't want to be murdered. I would like to avoid that. So anybody who protests anything I just said should be shipped off to their own fucking place where they have to fend for themselves and learn to shut the fuck up. It's sort of like the joke I used to say with my cat when my cat would get all ferocious acting, with other animals. And I'm like, man, when you act like that, I just want to throw you into a den of lions and see how you fucking live through that, you dumbass cats. You act so fucking ferocious, they would fucking eat you alive.
Let me tell you, the asshole of cats make them so arrogant. Have you seen that video of the kitty cat smacking in the snout a tiger?
Well, I've seen it smack an alligator. I've seen it smack a seal. I've never seen the tiger. But I wouldn't be surprised because cats actually absolutely believe in themselves. They really do. They really do.
Yes, they think they're immortal. And the worst thing was the the tiger recoiled. The tiger goes, "What the fuck?"
Really?
Yeah, the cat.
Yes.
You know, because I don't know. I know dogs don't understand size differential. Do cats?
No. Fuck no.
Because like dogs, a small dog will start fucking going at a Doberman, man. A little Chihuahua going at a fucking
Mm.
Doberman, or a pit bull. And pit bull might back up and be like, "What the fuck?" And everybody likes to laugh. Go, "Yeah, I fucking pit bull's gonna fuck him up." Not necessarily, because he's freaked out by that little dog. Now, agreed. I've seen moments where the big dog finally goes, "I've had enough of your shit," and just like shakes it to death. And it's like, "Oh fuck, you just killed that little dog." And mastiffs in particular, any of those dogs with thick necks, man, you do not want to. You want to get your small animals away from them, because one full whipping motion will kill your dog or cat.
What breed was Porter?
What's that? Oh, he's a
Porter.
mastiff. He was a mastiff. Any thick-necked dogs with the big muscular neck and jawline are dogs to be careful of around other animals. I have a rule, by the way. I don't know if I ever told you, Anima, about dogs. I will never have a dog around me that if it gets rabies or goes insane for some chemical, disease reason, I can't knock out with one punch.
Oh, you told me that.
It's a simple. Okay, so I did tell you it's a rule I've lived by because I've had kids, and I don't want to have a big dog that I can't fucking take out quickly if it's to protect my children or myself or a loved one. So
You
But,
told me that after you showed me that video of the dog going for you when you're in bed still, and somebody filmed that. That was funny. And then you told me
oh,
that.
that was my baby pit bull, and she was a sweetheart. She was a
But
lickaholic,
she
man.
wanted you out of that bed that day.
It was either that or she just wanted in bed with me, but she wanted me awake, period.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
playing with her, and she's so bristly. She had that bristly fur, man, and I get like the welts on my face. My face would just be one bunch of red welts in my arms from wrestling with her, and she was like one giant muscle. Just it's like I could not believe how heavy, because dogs like that. She was a pity, and she had all that weight to her. And you see me, I'm holding her with one hand, trying to fight her off with one hand, and I couldn't do it. I had to finally get both hands into the party to fucking control her. And she fucking loved it, because like the minute I wrestled her down and I'm wrestling her, she's like, "This is fun time," and I'm like, "I'm fucking wrestling you." It's like I was terrified of that shit, and but she was a real sweetheart. She was a good dog. She got, what's that word? I forgot the word for it, when they get aggressive with toys or over food. And
Possessive.
I would get her toys to chew on, and I went over to grab her toy, and she growled at me,
Oh.
and I took her down like straight away. Just took her straight to the ground. You got to do that. You always have to assert dominance with dogs like that. And I asserted
you're the
dominance
boss.
immediately with her. What's that?
You're the boss. You're the leader. A dog needs
Yeah,
to
I'm the
understand
pack.
that. That's
I'm
why
the
you go
leader
to
of the
school
pack.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I took her to the ground with it, and I took the toy and I put it in my mouth, and like that.
Ew. Ew.
She never growled at me again. Never happened again.
Basically, you told her, "This is mine, and I let you use it."
I let you
Yeah.
play with it. And so I loved that dog, and we ended up having to get rid of her because the neighbors didn't like her, even though she was friendly to everybody. She was yippy, she would bark at the other dogs, but she was a playful bark. She wanted to play, and it freaked every dog owner in the apartment out, and some others that just didn't like pit bulls. And I'm like, "Look, man, I take care of this dog. This dog's not going anywhere." and she is there to protect my daughter when my daughter's walking around. That's what I got that dog for. And they made us get rid of her, or they were going to kick us out of the apartments there in Phoenix.
Wow, that sucks.
It is actually Mesa, outside of Phoenix. It's called Metropolitan Phoenix. Metro Phoenix goes all the way out to Gilbert, and so it's huge. But we lived in Mesa at the Something Palm Apartments. They're really nice apartments. We had 3 pools, tennis courts, basketball court, weight room, a really nice weight room, not one of those chintzy ones. God, it was a really nice apartment. But eventually, she moved out, and then after she moved out, I moved back to Missouri. So I'm like, I don't need to live here anymore. I don't really care to be around my family. So all my friends are here in Missouri, except my girlfriend. She's in Austria.
Germany?
Fuck off,
Bavaria.
Martin. Both of you, fuck off.
Okay.
Vienna,
let this-
Not-
Bavaria.
I'm not in the mood for taking any more shit today. I've had my share at work. Thank you.
Well, that'll
Dude,
teach you to
that little
take a
bottle,
job working with the public.
that little bottle looks like a cheap whiskey bottle.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I
the
told
tea.
him.
It looks like it's not a tea. I will tell you though, they use tea in a lot of TV and films for whiskey,
Yeah,
and you can often spot it because
it's
it'll get
foams.
bubbles or
Yeah.
get foam at the top, and then you go, "Oh, that's not fucking whiskey. That's tea."
Well, what movie was that we saw? Tora Tora Tora, in which the Japanese almirant was drinking tea and everybody else was drinking whiskey.
I don't
Was it
remember.
Tora? I
Or
don't
was
remember that
Midway?
scene. I'm going to bet that was Midway. 'Cause I don't remember that scene in Tora Tora Tora. By the way, before we go on to talk about this show, I want to point out that we are going to be doing Shadow the Vampire tomorrow, and I'm really stoked about that.
What a great movie.
Absolutely.
I had
Looks
so
like I
much
need to
fun
promote
watching
us
this
on
last
Twitter
night.
because we're not getting our regular audience in here. We got to make sure right when we go live to promote the show on Facebook and Twitter that we're live now. Ooh, Mike Savage liked one of my posts. Oh, that I was 23 years old. By the way, I'm sure I'm going to get blocked by Paul Fag, whatever his name is, that directed Ghostbusters 2016 because I tagged him today. And I'll read to you what I said about him. I said, Paul Feig is a poor loser. He's like those people who cling to their biggest loss and blame everyone else and never take responsibility for their own mistakes. People like that are doomed to do it again if they don't wake up. Still, I love Bridesmaids, but Ghostbusters 2016 was a failure as a concept and script long before any scenes were shot. There was never any hope for it, and he needs to accept and own it so he can move on. I guarantee you he's going to fucking block me for tagging him on that. Because he is. I think
Not a
he's a
great
piss poor
loss.
loser. Let's see, Mephisto. What did he just? I think he liked my comment to where I said about those protesters throwing soup on the painting by Van Gogh, Sunflowers. He says, I said, I'm not a violent man, but I would have no problem treating these assholes like an Inuit treats a harp seal. And anybody who knows what they do, they club them.
Yeah.
The problem isn't the Inuits, though. The problem is the other Atlantic fishermen that go up there and do it, because that's what was harming the species. Doing it for their pelts.
Yeah.
She is, I don't know how good an actor she is, but I'm going to tell you something. She's very convincing as a sociopath
Absolutely.
and psychotic. She scares the kind of crap out of me.
I won't say
In this
anything.
row.
I won't say anything. I won't say anything.
You okay,
'Cause I've
Martin?
dated some crazy women, but I don't think they were that crazy.
That you know.
I tend to read people pretty well. So I don't know. I don't think I've ever dated somebody that was that crazy. I think I dated someone that's close to it. Because I know that one of them,
From what
and
you told me,
Anima
definitely.
knows who
Yeah.
I'm talking about, that she was an
Yep.
absolute sociopath. And my ex-wife, Zoe's mom, was just fucking crazy.
She's
She's
sick
got
though.
yeah,
Mental
she's got mental
illness. You
illness.
can't really call that crazy when there's something chemically
Yeah.
wrong in her brain.
Yeah, she's just got something wrong with her. The problem is she's aware of it and wants to do nothing about it and doesn't care
That
that
is
she
the
harms
problem.
others
Yeah.
in her life. And that's where she became a problem, because I told her to her face, I said, I'm going to protect Zoe from everyone, including you. I'm not going to let your problems become her problems. And you may think that you have a right to do that. I will stop you. And I did. And then Zoe, when she became a teen, well, 12, she started having a relationship with her mother. And
She needed to
and
find out for
I
herself,
said,
Gary.
yeah,
Some
I said, I
mistakes you
just
need
want you to
to
be careful.
let them make.
I told her I wanted her to be careful, but it's up to her. This is your thing now. And so she did. She went there. And then when we were in Phoenix, I told you, she was on the phone with Tracy one day, and she's like, she's like, why can't you act like an adult? Why do I have to be the adult in our relationship? And I was so proud of her when she said that. I just was like beaming with pride. And she said it within earshot of me. It wasn't like I was eavesdropping. She's walking around on the phone. So let's see. I'm trying to promote the show. Let me get back to what I'm doing. You guys talk for a second while I take care of the promoting of the show.
Okay. Anima, I don't think you heard this, but I told you, Gary, before the show that I had such a week that it wasn't until like 20 minutes before we get into the studio that I realized that I hadn't seen the episode. So
Holy
I'm
fuck.
here to be spoiled. So
Oh
it's
no,
in
you
your
didn't do
hands.
your homework. How dare you not do your homework, Martin?
Oh,
I'm
because
disappointed.
Dare you?
because
How
I'm
dare you?
so
the
disappointed. How dare you?
Gr- Greta Confusa.
Oh, fuck off. Eat shit.
Oh no, I had my hands full with preparing the slideshow for tomorrow for Shadow of the Vampire, and then another number of things. So I made these two slideshow, and in my brain, oh, if you made the slideshow, you already seen the show. Nope.
Oh, God.
Oops.
And 20 minutes before getting into the studio, I'm like,
What
I
a
forgot to
macho.
watch it.
You were looking forward to binging it as soon as the second episode came
Yes.
out. How did you forget that?
Ah, because I'm old, I forget shit constantly.
Yeah, no. You go hand in your nerd card now. That's embarrassing.
Well, so what is happening here? Because okay, in the last episode, in number 6, it ends with the Dragon Queen being abducted, and now
Yeah.
we know
Psycho bitch, and on one arm kidnapped her to threaten her. They set her free somewhere on the road and then threaten her. And
that's
she's
not a good
mostly,
idea.
yeah, she's mostly angry with herself to let all this happen. But she's preoccupied. She has all that shit going on with her grandmother
Mm,
and wanting to get off that island and stuff. So, and Psycho bitch still thinks she has the upper hand in this, and that she showed her and yada yada. She is completely underestimating that magic thing that she has going on, because, and we're taken back to that in that episode. She really did wish that dude to death, because he told her he needs to get home and vacation is over, so this whatever they have is over. And as he walks off on the beach, she just looks after him and says, "I hope you choke on your lies. I hope you die." And he did die.
Who?
The guy that she was involved with, the Dragon Queen, she had a vacation flirt with somebody visiting the island way back.
The reason we know that he died is because she says something about it in a separate conversation.
And Yaya mentioned it in an earlier episode.
But that is in this episode, right?
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
throwback. And we finally get confirmation for what happened because Yaya has hinted at that in an earlier episode. She tells her, "Well, you wished somebody to death, didn't you?" And Dragon Queen really doesn't want to talk about that. And now we actually see what happened. She got involved with a dude that was on vacation and he dropped her on his last day. And she just looked after him as he walked away and said, "I hope you choke on your lies. I hope you die." That's what Yaya was referring to. She wished somebody dead.
No, man. Rogelio's character is he's always with that. He always had that Shenotskian expression of "we're doomed."
Yeah, right. I mean, you would probably be like that if you were involved with Yancy.
No, but even with his husband, when his husband gave him shit to 42.
Yeah.
He always had that worried face. Ah, man.
Well, we get to see a lot of her childhood and how she became the Dragon Queen because she didn't want to at first. She was rebelling. And we see how she's losing her mom and everything. Lots of backlash and backstory in this episode.
Oh, this motherfucker.
By the way, did you tag everyone on Facebook?
Nope.
I'll do it now.
So what is it with this guy? This guy shouldn't be under. Oh, yes.
Well,
because he tampered with an investigation for personal motives. He should be arrested and investigated.
And the way they do it is they know his cat is sick and he loves the cat, so he's going to check on the cat. And they know what clinic the cat is in, so they hide there in their car, and when he comes, they get him.
Whoa!
Whoa!
How did Neville get to Miami?
He's been there, I think.
Oh, right, because Egg shoot him and he got in the hydroplane.
Oh yeah.
And she found him, right?
And they refused to arrest her, which leads to a funny moment because she doesn't give a shit now.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, the shootout at Yatsi's house is crazy. One moment they're talking about
that's later. We don't
want to
tell too much about that.
That's
not give too much away about that because that is a great scene.
Here, they've been shot at or what? Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
He began the shooting inside the car.
Yeah, because here's the security guard from earlier in the series that they were hoping didn't realize they weren't FBI. And he goes, "You got me fired." He's like yelling at him. He goes, keep your gun aimed at him. Keep your gun aimed at him. This is funny, but it's kind of like sad too. But at the same time, he doesn't get killed. But at the same time, man, the security guard's like getting distracted too quickly and gets nailed by the bad guy here. And he almost gets the drop on Yancey, and Yancey just outwits him.
Oh, we have Mephisto.
Yeah, and he says, "I'm staying off the show not derail it." If you've seen what we're talking about, you're welcome to join. Just try and keep about the movie or show.
We derail for the first 25 minutes.
So. Well, the first 20 minutes is always warm up, but we can talk about whatever. Which is
I got a notification that
the whole show.
someone's comment got reported over on Facebook.
Wow.
Okay. What's that about? Well, maybe how
It's a
about you
political
close social
it's a
media
political
and be in
post.
the show, Gary?
I'm
Especially since
also a
Martine has.
moderator for Midnight's Edge. So,
Yes, but
nah.
dude, Martine hasn't seen it, and you're leaving me all alone. I'm not liking it. So get your ass on this show and off of Facebook.
Oh my God, he's so old.
Eh? What?
Not you.
What's siren
Yeah,
duty?
John Glenn is so
He
old.
lives in near Tel Aviv. So there's some shit going on right now.
Oh, I didn't know siren duty is a thing.
It's either that or he's near the islands and there's a bunch of sirens that are trying to get him.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, you think it's the other thing? I like that shot right there. That gator's just sort of looking at him. And by the way, it's not a gator. That's a croc. You can tell by where the eyes are.
Okay. I've never
But
been
still.
close enough to know the difference.
And the shape of the snout.
Yeah, but that's not. But you can't really see that. What you can see is the top of the head where the eyes are. Croc's eyes sit higher than alligators.
Scott Glenn. My God, I said John Glenn because I'm mixing up with the right stuff.
Yeah, it's the same thing here in the Midwest because we actually have sirens for tornadoes.
That sounds serious.
And the thing with this character is you keep hoping that she's going to make the right decision because she always seems so torn by everything she's doing. Unlike this bitch, who's not torn by anything she does.
No.
I mean, fuck, man. She shoots that woman in the neck.
Heather
Walks
with
over
the
and her
red
dog
yeah.
gets in the blood and she starts giggling like, oh, look at you getting all messy. I'm going to have to give you a bath when we get home. I'm like, oh my God, she's psychotic.
She really is. And the way she's talking to him, always like, just promise you will always take care of me. It's so creepy.
Yeah, it's because if you don't take care of me, I'm gone, is what she said.
Yeah.
If
And
you
he's
aren't
terrified
always
of that.
in a state of taking care of me, because it's all about me, I am
Yeah.
gone. And of course, I like this scene because, you know, he got fucking shot. He got fucking shot by that fucking asshole. That guy is going away for life for shooting a
What?
cop.
He shot Rogelio?
Yeah. He was the first
Motherfucker
one to
must
get shot.
pay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is a crooked guy. You knew it from the beginning when you met him. Guy was
Yeah.
a scumbag. Yancey knew it. That's why Yancey kept fucking with him.
Yeah. He's all right for him.
I want that shirt though. That makes me think of my dad. That's the kind of shirt my dad would wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plain, not the bright, colorful Hawaiian shirts. He liked the ones that were like two-tone Hawaiian shirts, floral patterns. He liked shit
Oh,
like that.
you should be wearing Hawaiian Magnum shirts.
I would. I like bowling shirts too, but I haven't found any that are comfortable for me. So I stick with, you know, crew necks. I do have some button-up shirts. You see me wear them. I'm not fond of them because I feel restricted in them.
They are restrictive.
No, they're not. I
hate
used to
shirts.
dress on bottom neck and
Well, back when you used to dress yourself,
and
yeah.
ties. Yeah,
Now,
for some strange reason, I
now
don't know
Mildred
why.
dresses you.
I don't know why. But for some strange reason, shirts don't close at my neck anymore. I don't know why.
What?
Really?
Yeah, don't get the joke. I became fat, so
Oh,
Hmm.
oh, those tasted terrible.
my goodness, that house is so hideous.
It really is.
Maybe if they would haven't painted in that shade of yellow, maybe it wouldn't look so hideous.
I keep hoping at some point he's just gonna fucking punch this guy. And there's that
I
great moment because, like, in the next episode, at the end of it, during the shootout, after he walks out, he yells at him. He says, "You might want to get away from the window." love that
I
scene.
believe this guy is the one who's gonna start the aggression, and Yancy then is gonna hit. Is gonna deck him.
Oh, you haven't seen the next episode, so yes, the answer is yes. He does. He hires uh, the Russian mob to hit him, but then the guy that he hired is the Russian that Yancey's friends with. So I don't want to tell you what happens. You can find out when you watch
It's
the
funny.
slideshow.
Yeah, like
I
20
laughed my
minutes.
ass off at that.
Oh man, these two, Yancy and Ro, they have to screw up their boss. I fucking hate that.
He's
that
a
poor
crooked
Rogelio.
piece of shit. That guy right there,
Yeah.
corrupt as
Yes.
hell, and he acts like he's not corrupt in one scene. And the guy that owns the house offers him money, and he says, I'm pissed that you tried to bribe me, because that ain't gonna happen." And the guy says, "I'm sorry," and he reaches for the money. He goes, "Oh no, I'm keeping the money." Otherwise, you don't learn anything. And I'm like, "Oh my god,
He's not
that's why
wrong.
you're keeping it."
That'll teach him. Definitely.
That'll learn you.
Still a food inspector. Damn.
Oh yeah, he's not getting out of that job anytime soon.
Yeah, the only way to get out of that job is to get rid of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And when I say motherfucker, I mean the corrupt boss.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah, she's got
Everybody
a
knows who you
cut.
mean when you say the asshole.
Those are major league yabos, man.
I like the chemistry between those two. It's,
Uh-huh.
They're cute.
yes, they are. Oh man, imagine waking up each day to that landscape. Oh,
Oh yeah.
uh, whose phone is this? Oh, it's she's talking to her dad. I don't know, man. I don't know. He
What?
has taken too much shit from her. Two times she has
Yeah,
speaking
but
about
he
killing.
only
But
he only
I
spoke
mean,
up once when he said, "I sacrificed an arm." It's not like I'm not doing anything here, but it just she
yeah, but
brushed
the
it
thing
right
is,
off.
to me the the inexcusable line crossing is when he saw Eve directly threaten his daughter.
Yeah.
And what was his reaction? Oh, we're both, we're are all excited, overexcited here. Behold, let's things cool down. Things cool down, bitch. You're dead.
Yeah, well, she tries to take it back, like, no, 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 that was not what I meant. And he wants to believe it. He knows that she meant it when she said it, but he wants to believe it with all his heart that she didn't mean it because he
Nah,
needs her.
mm, nah.
He's absolutely dependent on her.
Oh yes, but I
That
mean,
gives her
At
so
some
much
point,
power.
he's going to have to make a choice.
Yeah.
because he knows she's a cold-blooded killer.
I know.
He saw her do it, and then he sees how she threatens the girl. No, 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 no,
Well,
no.
he's right there. He helped kidnap her.
No, I mean when she tells to to his daughter that I'm gonna fucking kill you.
What? I'm confused.
Eve told her
Oh,
daughter, told his
yeah.
daughter that she was going to kill her eventually.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, oh yes, these guys are Russian. All right, the guy with the t-shirt store. It's a it's a Russian mobster.
Yeah. Well, he needs to make some money, you know?
Yes, and the girl told him. She told him once and again. I think he's with the Russian mob.
And he's the one who shows up at his house later. He's, oh man, if I knew this was your place, man, I would have told them to keep their money. He goes, was it the wife or was it the husband? He goes, no, it's that dinky dude that owns the house next door.
And so he knows that fuck up again.
By the way, I'm going to pause it for a second so I can show this. Mark, he's been overseas, and he took a photo. It's Leo Degar Strauss. Where's that at? But he said clearly I didn't know that Gary had a bar here in Europe. It's an ass bar. I thought that was funny.
St. Leodegarstrasse. Is he in Germany?
I'm guessing so. You should
That
message
looks
him.
like a German street sign. It's not an Austrian.
It is. It's
So-
Strasse. So
Please, Anima, what does that word mean?
Strasse.
What word? Straße means
uh,
street.
No, as with the
No, it's not as, it's S. That's an A with two dots on top. It's not an,
yeah
an A. It's not A. It's E.
Umlauts. They're called
Umlaut.
umlauts.
No,
Uh,
it's
and-
called an
but-
umlaut, the letter. And it's a play on words because it means Essbar, which means essen as in eating. They just spell it like incorrectly to be funny or something.
Because I told you, Zoe didn't know what an umlaut was. So she would say at first, like when she was like 2, 3, all the way up to about 4. My name is Zoe. ZOE ... That's how she
I'm
would
not
spell
sure
her
whether
name.
that E with the two dots is called an umlaut. That's more like an accent on top of the E. But umlaut is what happens to A, O, and U when you
Oh.
add the dots. There.
well,
umlaut.
in Spanish, it's considered an accent, and it
In
has
English,
a
if you have 2
fixed
dots
name.
over a vowel, it's called an umlaut. Any vowel.
Mm. Well, we call it
Yeah,
the
in German you
the-
don't have accents. You just have that.
yeah. That's what you say.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what am I doing here?
I
I
mean
could be
I
in bed
know what
having an early.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant. I'm just doing a joke between the accent as a grammatical um, tool and accent as in an way of speaking.
As in what you're doing to English, you mean?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but I'm doing it with love.
Oh, we all know that.
Yeah, it's the best that I can do. It's not intentional, believe me.
The best you can do is fall in love.
Uh-oh, and now Gary sings, we're doomed. He
What are you
calls her a
doing?
sex offender. I like that.
Oh my God, this girl again.
Hmm.
Wait, is she in his house?
Yes, she is, but don't worry. She likes the other girl.
Yeah, I don't. Uh, that's not my
She,
concern. My concern is that she is trouble,
she
big
Oh,
is.
she
trouble.
is. But she's high.
But she's,
She just found out. Um, she just found out that they're not going to keep her.
yeah, she's not going to be arrested
Yep, that the
and
woman
letting
that
her
was
go.
chasing her was doing it on her own time. Once she brought her
Oh,
back, all everybody, all her superiors, like, we don't want this. Make it go away. And so then she had to let her go,
but what?
and that upset her because it broke her because she wanted to pay for what she did.
Yeah.
So it was
She's
a
an agent of chaos, okay, but she's trying to be a good person.
Oh, and she does try. Just you wait for the next episode.
Yeah, I'm not
so
going to.
the
I don't
FBI
want to.
the FBI
You
lady
have to see it.
has a
Yeah.
personal investment in the case.
Yeah, she had a personal investment. Now she has no investment. And the thing that's funny is she's in the car with her, and she felt kind of bad because the cop, the female cop, was the first person she kind of saw as a friend. It's like, what are you? She's crazy. She actually thought the female cop was like a friend. It's like, oh my god, she's like got
She
so
doesn't
many
have
problems.
too many friends. Yeah.
She doesn't have friends.
And she just realized what she's doing with that way too young guy who never grew up
Yep,
and that she needs to let him
and
go. So,
And
oh,
she
that's a
does see
shame.
Yancey as a friend, even though she saw him as somebody that she had feelings for. The fact is, she really cares about him,
And
and
she's happy
he
that he moved
clearly,
on. That's why she's cool
yeah,
with Rosa. She's basically straightening out her life, making things right with the kid, and finally stopping to fuck with Yancy because he has moved on. She's getting her
And
life
the
back
boat
on track, or is she?
and the boat is
Oh
the boat ever mentioned?
no, no, we don't see anything about the boat. I love that how casually he tells
Oh,
the
the
police guy.
monkey at last. Oh
Oh
man, I
yeah,
missed that guy.
By the way, there are two Yancey novels, and so we definitely are going to have a second season.
I really do hope so because that show's good.
Um, I'm just hoping that you know they figure out what to do for the third season, because this is the first Yancey novel. This episode.
I mean, I do
And
hope this goes on, but if they can't figure out how to write a good third season, I'm fine with this ending of the two.
you have to love Yaya. I mean, everybody fears her granddaughter, but she's always looking out for her.
Yeah, and to do so in this episode, she has to let her go and step back for a moment, and that's hard on her, on the
Yeah,
Dragon Queen.
that let me tell you, that's fucking hard to do.
Now, here's
It
an
is.
interesting thing I'm going to show to you in a minute here.
Hey, big girl.
Carl Hyacin is the creator of this character. And I thought it was so interesting that there is an audiobook, and I'm going to get it because of who read it.
Sucker.
Here he is. Oh, turn off the banner for a second so you can see who reads the audiobook. And it's unabridged. That means it's the full novel.
I don't know who that
It-
is.
Martin should.
No,
I'm assuming. No, that's Artie Johnson from Laugh-In. He always played the
no.
German with cigarettes, and he would be a segue in between one skit to another skit. They do a skit, and he'd be in his German uniform. He goes, "That was interesting, but stupid."
I've never seen that.
Artie Johnson was part of the Laugh-In crowd. He was a funny dude. I'll see if I can find it and see who I'm talking about. We just lost him too, in I think 2019. He also
Well,
played the dirty old man that.
you know who else we
Go ahead.
lost today? Maggie Smith.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Maggie Smith.
Sad news.
man, this month has been rough. James Earl Jones and Maggie Smith. Wow. And who is that?
That's a detective, right? Do I remember this correctly?
I don't know. Remember,
I
I
think
haven't seen
she's
this.
someone involved with the police too.
Well, she's with the FBI agents that were investigating one armed bitch.
Oh shit! Sorry, be right back.
Okay,
The cats are
yeah,
protesting. It's a riot.
man, the whole casting for this show was excellent.
It's amazing how good it is.
And the photography, everything. I love this show.
It's so well done. You know, the direction, the acting, the writing, the performances. There's not one weak character in this show. It's like you said, they did a tremendously good job of casting. Hey, Vinkman's girl, good
Mhm.
to see you. So far, it's just been Mephisto and Penny and me hanging out. So glad somebody else is here. Most of our viewership is over on Twitter right now.
Yep.
And I love the relationship with her Yaya.
Hmm.
And it kind of surprised me that, Yancey doesn't know what a Yaya is. I mean, you've been living in fucking Florida and you don't know what a Yaya is? That was funny. because there's a scene where he confronts her at breakfast. I think in the next episode, and he says, "Well, how odd, you know, me, you with that watch meeting here in this one place." She goes, "Well, my yaya would say that it's not coincidence; it's providence, basically." And to which he says, "Well, I don't know what a yaya is, but I agree with the sentiment." Don't know what a yaya is. And I love this, that she is telling her the truth. And it's the one thing she just doesn't want to be confronted with is the truth. She's got aspirations, she has dreams, and she's trying to reach her dreams, and she's trying to hit her with cold, hard reality. And so now Grandma Yaya is no longer going to live with her. She's all alone. She
Oh,
goes, while you're on this path,
she pulled an Alfred on her.
Well, she
yeah,
also
she's
told
like,
her that you are on a dangerous path, and if you don't get off of it, it's going to kill you.
yep.
And Gracie
Alfred.
doesn't like hearing that.
She doesn't know that. She's not seen the movie, so
Oh,
she corrected
Which
you,
one?
but it's an Alfred. What he said, it's an Alfred moment with
Okay.
Christopher Nolan's um, Dark Knight, or Dark Knight Rises. He's like,
yeah.
He says, "You're on a destructive path, and I'm not going to watch another Wayne die."
Was that the one
Yeah,
with
I'm not
Heath
gonna.
Ledger?
No,
yeah, and no, the next
that's
one.
the one. It's the next one.
Okay, that one I haven't seen indeed.
I
The one that
What I like
has.
most about that scene is that usually you see that in a situation of uh, the person that is living for themselves, but Alfred do it for Bruce. Say, I'm hoping that the pain that I am causing you wakes you up. That's in his intention, and they both get demolished by that action.
But you do have that happy moment at the end where
Mm.
Michael Caine looks over and he sees Anne Hathaway and Christian
And
Bale
Bruce.
sitting there at the same cafe there in Venice, and he just nods at him. You did it, and he nods back at him. Go have your life. I'm going to have my life. I got the girl.
Nice.
Well, the girl got him.
Yeah, I
Be
know she
honest.
really got him. She was Catwoman. This guy's a really good actor, and what a voice on him too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why he was on that show, Zoe's Incredible, or what it was called, Amazingly Awesome Playlist, was because he had to sing on the show, and he's got a really good voice.
I still want to go watch that show.
I wouldn't mind finishing the first season. The first season was really good. It's when the second season happened, it got woke as fuck, and
Oh no. Let's
ridiculous.
just stick to season one then.
All about identity politics. It's just like,
Ah,
fuck off with that
no,
shit.
thank you. That's when I'm out.
Oh, the kid.
Yep, the kid's back.
They just
And
can't
he's an
get rid
idiot.
of him. Oh, yeah.
He's an idiot. He doesn't know where to go. And Scott Glenn's like, I had to bring him here because I can't stand having him at my place anymore. He's just too dumb.
He has some great lines, the old guy.
Scott
Yes,
Glenn
he's
is
bad.
great. I
Yeah.
love that guy. Ever since The Right Stuff, man, I just I loved him. He played Carpenter.
Haven't we done the right stuff here, right?
I
We
don't
haven't
think so.
done. Oh, we must.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember I when I saw the Disney miniseries badly called The Right Stuff. and
Oh, I
all
wasn't
they did,
about to watch that. I heard what they
all
did, and it's like,
all what they did
shame
was
on you.
shit on the astronaut.
Yeah, shame on them
What?
for what they did. They made the astronauts look bad, showing them infidelity, all kinds of stuff. It's like it was an expose. It had nothing to do with
Mm.
doing the book. That book wasn't an expose. That book was an honor. It showed honor to the astronauts. That fucking show was just insulting.
Okay, now episode 8. I saw a lot of red lights in this when I was doing this live show. So I think because they have talked about that red light things a lot.
Well, he has them outside his house for the turtles.
Yeah, but I have the impression that they are going to use the red light as a plot device.
I don't know.
Not in
It
this
could be.
episode, at least.
Not in this
So far, it's
episode. Yeah.
just for the turtles.
So right now, all he has in the fridge is celery and whole tortilla chips. He's like, how does everybody feel about old celery and tortilla chips for dinner? It's all I got in the fridge.
Dude, I've been there in my single days. Oh,
All right. Now you begin to see shadows with weapons moving towards the house outside.
Uh-huh. And you think it almost looks like a SWAT team moving in.
They're
Then
moving
they
like
start-
a SWAT team. is
Yeah,
why.
but then they start shooting, and you're like, oh, they are not.
And they just
official,
open up
they're
on
not
them.
Police.
How nobody was killed in the first volley
Oh,
is
yeah.
clearly a device by the writer going, I can't
Yeah,
have them die,
because
so no bullets hit them. But in real life, somebody would have been hit by these bullets.
They are not fast getting down, too. Takes them a
Blood
while.
armor.
And sofas are not. You don't want to hide behind a sofa. That's not going to protect
No.
you.
Sofas are mostly empty.
Yeah.
It's
Not
a lot of
unless there's
space.
metal in them.
It's like somebody's shooting down at you, and they're all in like wild mode. And he's like, "Are you okay? I think I'm okay." The gunfire was just to scare us, or they'll be shooting us. Just hang back unless I say now. Now. And what he does, he actually says it. He does say it. He says now.
Well, he tells her because she has like a meat hook or something.
No, it's not a
he-
meat hook. It's a two-pronged fork for
Oh,
grilling.
fork. That's right. Yeah, grilling fork. And
He's holding
he,
that,
he makes
and
fun of her.
he
like,
gets his
what do you
ass
hope
handed to
do
him.
With that? Yeah.
He gets his ass handed to him, and he yells, "Now!"
And she's hesitant because he made fun of her. Like what?
Well, she doesn't
What are
know
you
what to
going
do,
to
so
do
she
with
finally
that? So-
stabs the guy with the fork, and he's
Yeah.
ow, This is so fucking funny. It's ridiculous. Because the problem is Yancey actually is getting some hits in, but he's fighting two fucking big Russian motherfuckers.
It's a clumsy fight too.
Yeah, well, he's not a fucking action hero. That's for sure. So all of a sudden, at this point, as he's laying there, he's got the shit kicked out of him. And in comes the Russian. He's like, Yancey? And he's hey,
It's such a fun
oh.
moment.
It's good to see you. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I would have never taken this job if I knew it was you. I would have turned it down. But he's glad that he took it, because if it had been somebody else, it would probably kill him.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this guy, it's a shattered ashtray, and the Russian boss, the Yuri or whatever his name is, he's like, clean this up. And so he's trying to put the fucking broken ashtray together.
Yeah, and Yancey tells him, "Yo, let it go. It's good as new already."
Let it go. Yeah, it's you can't say that. To the million pieces of sharp glass on the floor, that'd be great if you guys could pick that up.
They shattered all the windows and glass doors and shit.
This guy has been in a lot of stuff, so I recognize him from other movies and TV shows. He's always playing a big Russian.
podcasting.
Oh, was it the blonde lady or the one-armed man? And he goes, no, I suppose some guys had problems with his neighbor. And it's like, oh yeah, this is great. He says, can I borrow that? Takes an AK-47 from the guy, walks out there, sees him looking at him from the window, and he says, you might want to get move over.
Yeah, and that gives his ex an idea.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. The guy takes off running through the apartment. Oh my god, this show is so fucking good. And if there's
It is.
anybody that could play the son of Vinkman, would be Vince Vaughn. If they ever decided to play it smart and bring him into Ghostbusters, because he has the ad lib ability that Bill Murray had.
Yeah, I can see
And I
that.
think still has. I think Bill Murray still has it.
Which is why it sucked that they didn't use him more in the new movie.
Yeah, but he couldn't be Dana's son. He should be a son that Bengmans doesn't know about.
Well, he's the wrong age. He's too old to
For-
be Dana's son.
That's why I'm saying that.
He could be a Vinkman through like his nephew. But I
No,
think
no,
that he'd be
no.
he is smart to
Remember,
bring him.
remember, Bengmans was a player. He might
I
as
agree
well
with
have
you. I
a
agree
kid
with
that
you.
he doesn't
But
know.
I'm saying, even if it isn't his kid, it is just a nephew, he should play a Vinkman. He was born to be a Vinkman. I'm just telling you, that's how I feel. I don't care if it's his son or if it's a nephew. He should play a Vinkman.
Yeah, I
Because
think in
his ad lib ability, that's a word. I just made it up. Remember it. Vinkman's girl, write that one down. I made that up again. I like making up words. I've done it twice this week.
You're doing it all
yeah,
the time.
I was thinking in a moment. You remember in Twins when Arnold meets one of his fathers, and they look alike, and they keep looking at each other and getting their faces closer. You could do that something like that with Vaughn and Murray.
Are you sure you're related to me? Because he doesn't look anything
Yeah.
like him, but he's got the same sense of humor.
He could say like, "Funny, you don't look like me, but you sound like me."
Yeah, there you go. What was that word I made up this week? It had to do with dad.
Oh,
I forgot.
oh my God! I
What?
can't remember
Oh my God, what?
because I remember the event, but I can't remember the word. It was on kids show, if I remember correctly.
Was it?
Yes.
So you can go back and look it up.
That man shift, something like that.
That sounds like something Gary would make up.
Yeah, something like
It's what it was. It
craftsmanship.
was dadmanship. Dadmanship. That was it. You got it. That was it. Dadmanship. Fucking dadmanship. And I guarantee you, I bet Vinkman's girl would agree with me that he should be brought on to Ghostbusters. Because he has the right kind of humor for that series to work right. For the film to work right. Because we're clearly not going to get enough. I mean, they barely had Bill Murray in this last one.
I still haven't seen it.
I was very unhappy with it. Don't get me wrong, there was some good stuff in there, but they went to some weird fucking places that you had to really stretch to come up with the idea to do that. Like
Yeah,
that it's a girl that she meets the ghost and she's kind of having like some feelings for her. And I'm like, this is weird. And I don't mean weird because I don't care that it's a gay thing, but at least make it sound believable. And it was stupid because what is the subplot of the story is dadmanship, and that Paul Rudd's not sure if he's a dad in the film, you know? And she's unsure because she misses her grandpa that she never got to know, and she doesn't have a dad. And so that's what she's yearning for, is that kind of parental leadership. Not just her mom. She has her mom, but she's looking for a dad. And so that's who the ghost should have been, clearly in the fucking writing. And they went that way with it. And it's like, yeah, they lost me on that one. No, they were absolutely going for it. Absolutely, Vinkman's Girl. I've had this argument with Tom, and I proved my point in a couple of things. And I don't want to get into it today, but absolutely they were going for it. I think that they shouldn't have done that. Even as a friendship, it makes no sense. That she is seeking something that Rudd's not giving her yet because he's afraid to give it to her. So in the writing, that's where you would go. As a writer, you instinctively go, well, I've got this happening here. So clearly this thing needs to fill that void in her life. And so you create a character who's fatherly to her. That's what they should have fucking done. And when they showed the chess thing, I thought that's where they were going to go. But no, they went the other way with it in a way that really made no fucking sense. Structurally, made no sense to do that.
I think
So,
there were a double dose of studio intervention.
absolutely there was. And I got to tell you something. I knew something was wrong when this kid who had no experience is writing the fucking script with him, with Reitman. And I'm like, something feels off here.
He's the political officer from the
I
studio.
believe that that's really what he was there for, DEI, to make sure that this was pleasing to certain groups. There's that fucking watch.
The watch.
There's the fucking watch. Because she steals it now. She steals the watch.
Who, Dragon Lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, she steals it. And so when she runs into Yancey at breakfast, she's got the watch, and he's like, what are the odds of that I would meet somebody with the exact same watch of a dead guy that I've been looking for?
Didn't she tell him she found it somewhere?
No, she admits that she stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just very displeased with the writing in this film. And I felt that it was a huge, huge disservice to the fans not to focus more on the old Ghostbusters for at least one fucking movie. Vinkman's in there for 3 scenes. It's like, give me a fucking break. And he wanted to do 2 films, total of 3. And in the 3rd film, he wants to die. He thinks that Vinkman and Stantz, or not Stantz. What is
Washington?
Yeah, Stantz.
Yeah, no,
should die.
Stantz.
Stantz and Vinkman should sacrifice themselves for the others.
Huh.
That was what Dan Aykroyd talked about in an interview right after the last movie. Not the latest one, but the previous film. He said that Bill and I talked about it, and we agreed that we should be in a total of 3 films, and in the 3rd film that our characters should sacrifice themselves and get killed.
Oh,
Trying to
maybe
save
Stantz.
humanity.
I don't like the idea of Beckman. Beckman has a family.
Bankman? What do you say? What are you, Indian? Bankman.
Yeah, that did sound Indian.
Now that is an alligator. Yeah, okay. I hope he blocks me. I tagged him today and basically said what his problem is. Yeah, that he was pissing and moaning. Why isn't my movie included in your special edition? Because you
Because
said
this
you
movie's
didn't want
not
it to be part of it.
Ghostbuster.
You talked about it. You said it's not part of your universe. So I don't care if you watch our film. Then the movie tanks. It's like, where were you? Why don't you include me now? yeah, whatever. This is a scene with the Hawker Harrier and the truck crash scene, isn't it? Oh wait, no, that's True Lies.
Now, I like how the distribution solved that problem. We're not giving you a physical disc. We're giving you a digital copy, a code for download a digital copy if you want.
If you want, it's up to you. It's free. Like I bought that for my daughter because I was assuming she might like it, and when she watched it and she looked at me, she goes, "I really hated that, Dad. That wasn't very good at all." And I went, "Oh, you are my daughter."
So proud of
So,
you.
so here we go. This is a cool scene because it's like, hey, Special Agent so and so. What are the odds of us? That's crazy. Us running into each other like here at the spot that I was told that you always have your lunch every day.
At that exact time.
At that exact time.
So you would think that a law enforcer shouldn't have those kind of habits.
Well, it's
Yeah.
right in front of her office, though, so it's a safe spot.
Yeah, because he
No,
points out there because your office is right there. You're right
Yeah.
eating right in front of your office. So I love the fact that this is absolutely Venkman's Girl. If you want to watch something good, watch this scene, and you tell me if he shouldn't play a Venkman, because this is a Venkman scene.
Whoa! Look who's decided to appear.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's right. That's right.
Wait, just wait. Here it is.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
So let me get back to this. This scene, the little remarks he makes are so fucking Peter Venkman. He goes, "I really don't like people hanging up when you're walking away from me."
He keeps saying that. It goes all through the episode.
Yeah, it's the running gag of people hanging up on him. Really don't like when people hang up on me. Don't hang up on me. Don't hang. Oh, you hung up on me.
Yeah, but in one case, that happens, and the narrator says in that case he couldn't be mad because he hadn't gotten to that part yet where he tells them he hates people walking away from him and hanging up.
Oh
So
my
it's fine.
God, Tim! I think everybody has gone through that, and that is a nightmare. Tidying up your computer room is a nightmare.
Apartment, period.
Yeah, like
That's what
this.
I actually
So
just forget.
he finishes it, he's got the champagne and wants to sit down. It's like, no, you can keep it. It's like, okay. Get home safe. 1,000. He goes, $1,000. You gotta love a third world country. That $1,000 is like $1 million. Yeah, you can feel that we're finally heading towards a finale by this episode. You
We have
feel it
2
in
more
this
episodes
episode.
and then it's over.
I know. By him running into her at that breakfast spot. And I do like it when she says that. She goes, "I see it this way." Because she says how her yaya would see it. She goes, "This is how I see it. It's a small island, and this is the only place to get breakfast.
The only good place for breakfast.
The only good place for breakfast." She
That's
compliments
okay.
her skin, and the psycho fucking goes, "Oh my God, I feel so happy."
Yeah, but they take the Dragon Queen for a trip on their new boat. And oh my God, when Psycho Bitch sees it for the first time, she almost has an orgasm right there. That's why she loves the boat. But yeah, they take the Dragon Lady and they're all nice and stuff. Egg even gets to have champagne with them.
This guy, all he
Absolute
cares about is
skin.
her.
Yeah.
he actually really cares about her. For being a bad guy, he really cares about her. This is the scene where he starts seeing Caribbean Queen.
This is where you find out he really can sing. She didn't just tell Psycho Bitch. He's good in bed and he also can sing. No, the other way around. He can sing. He's also good to fuck. And this is where he learned he really has a good voice.
I want you to loop that, her saying that, Martin.
No. You are trying so hard to get me off this panel.
There he is, dancing and singing.
And they are just being happy in that
No
moment.
more love on the run, as the song says.
And you just know that something is going to go wrong because they're so happy.
It is great because this is the way formed the plan. We got to get them back to the mainland. So, and then she wants to play the part. She wants to be the character. I want to do this. I want to be this character that's going to, tell them that I want to buy their property. I'll pay cash because of the kind of business my family does. Car sales. We do a lot of cash sale purchases because avoiding tax issues.
Look what Tim is saying here.
I had no idea. Is there Halloween in October?
I don't
Is that
know.
in October?
I'm just gonna say this, Tim. Get ready.
And I'm just going to say, go on YouTube and look what we've got set up for October.
Yeah, we have the entire month.
Really?
Is I'm going to be doing Silver Bullet, adding it to everything else is already scheduled out for this month. And I wouldn't mind the original Dark Shadows, but it doesn't belong on anything but TGIF, and we could do that on TGIF. But I would do a series review because we couldn't do it. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's over 300, 400 episodes.
Yeah, no. That needs to be one show about the whole show.
Opera.
Bye bye, Ugly House.
Okay, this is it.
Yeah.
This was the payoff because she stopped off to buy some gas cans, and we were talking over this. Did we miss it?
Yeah,
I think we missed it. So she stops at the gas station. She goes, "I need one of those things you put gas in." He goes, "A gas can." Yes, I'll get you one. I'll need 12 of those.
Yeah.
And she's
like, "Oh,
he's
what
like,
is she going to
"What
do?"
do you need 12 for?" She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, you made a mistake. You see this face right now? This is my we're done talking face."
This is the fate
Who's that?
when the conversation is over. Yeah. Oh my god, that was so
Who's
good.
that?
Conversation is
Who said that?
Moynihan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Michelle Moynihan.
the crazy one. Okay.
Not the crazy one, his ex. The one that
She is crazy.
sex with the kid. Yeah, but
Yeah, she is crazy.
That's the crazy one. The other one is the psychopath.
okay.
One's a psycho, the other one's crazy. Here she comes walking out of the fire. And I thought to myself, I hope he wasn't in the apartment when this went up.
Yeah.
Because he was staying in that apartment.
Now, she blow up the house for why?
Yeah.
For retaliation?
For him. Because she should have been arrested anyway. So she
Wow.
doesn't mind getting arrested now. And narrator says that this was probably the first person that Yancy saw happily stepping in or being stuffed into a police car.
1,200 episodes. God
Wow.
damn.
1225. It was a soap opera. I used to watch it with my grandma.
Yeah,
We'd
well,
sit
they are
down.
daily and they run for years. So.
They would leave me with her during the day, and so I'd hang out with her. She's doing her ironing and shit, and I'd be sitting there watching the afternoon movie and then Dark Shadows. She liked that show.
Rip the furniture, rip the whole house.
Let me see. Because Dan Curtis made the movie House of Dark Shadows. It is available on primewire.tf. I'm looking to see. They say there's a version of it that's available on archive.org. Let me see if they're correct. Yep, it is. It looks like it is there. It is there. So I will send you the link to that here because that one's a legal link I can share. Here you go, Vinkman's girl. You can go watch House of Dark Shadows for free over on the Internet Archive.org website. Archive.org, and that link takes you straight to the movie. It looks, I don't know what quality it is. It looks like it's SD. Yeah, it's 525 megabytes. So that sounds like it's an SD quality. So it's like VHS. You know, how they pulled off this amputated arm is really, really impressive.
Yeah.
No, this isn't a butt dial. This is me
Yeah.
calling you dad.
He answers the
I
phone
love
and
this.
says, "Oh, please don't let this be a butt dial." She's so mad at him. They're not talking right now.
And she says, you know, I really want to see you. But then you find out that Yancey and Rosa are in the same room. So it was all part of a plan to, because he's got to go to jail for what he's done. He really does. Nice guy or not, he killed his childhood best friend.
And
their plan
kid.
is so
He had-
brilliant because
And
she
he killed the
mentions
kid.
meeting. Yeah, she mentions meeting that lady at church who has a lot of money and is looking to buy property. That's how they connect Rosa and the psycho couple, and they fall for it.
But somebody screws up.
And takes a photo.
The minute I saw it, the minute it happened, they sat down with that guy for the photo. I'm like, this is a problem.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yes, I freaking love that movie.
Oh, I like the movie Incubus.
That one
That's-
and the Manitou. Oh,
with the Incubus, he gets the black eyes. Shatner does, and he looks just like the Mask.
Huh. Creepy.
He looks like the Shape. Michael Myers. What was that Tony Curtis horror film that came out in the 70s?
wasn't it the Manitou?
What was it?
Yes,
That's it.
I
The
think it's
Manitou. Where the midget comes out of the woman. Fucking dwarf.
Yeah.
What?
I'm like,
Oh,
what
you have
the
to watch
fuck?
it.
I saw it in the
don't
theater with
think I
my
want to
dad.
watch that.
My dad, I will tell you, like my dad would go watch crappy movies because I wanted to see them.
I saw
That
that
was one of
movie in the 80s on TV. Damn.
I saw it in a fucking theater. My dad. My dad took me some really good films. I think one of my favorite films that he took me to, I didn't know it was going to be a horror film until I was watching it and I realized
Did
it's
he know
psychological.
it?
No, because he read the book. Well, we read the book, and it was called Coma by Michael Crichton. It's science fiction with elements of terror in the fact that
Coma is
they're
by
doing it.
Robin Cook.
I could have sworn it was Michael.
No, no, no,
Crichton.
Robin Cook. I'm a huge fan of Robin Cook. Have most of his books. Uh, Sadly, there had only like 2 or 3 of his books has gone to the big screen.
Here's why Michael Crichton directed it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Michael Crichton directed it.
That's weird. I
It's a
didn't
good
know.
film.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna look it up real quick because I think he wrote the screenplay too, but I'm not sure. Yeah, uh, written and directed by Michael Crichton, based on the book by Robin Cook. Wait a minute. Speaking of Burgess Meredith, I only see this coming. Like, I didn't say anything about Burgess Meredith. What the fuck you talking about? Oh, you made a comment. I see it now. No, but it's so funny you brought it up because my preferred version of that film is not the 1939 film. I do like it. I do like it because it's got Lon Chaney Jr. in it and Burgess Meredith in the roles of Lenny and George. But my preferred version is the 1992 version with Gary Sinise and John Malkovich.
Why would you say his name so weird?
Because that's the way he talks. Malkovich.
Huh.
I like it when what's his name from SNL that does the great impressions was doing him to Malkovich's face, starts talking like him, and he's like, I don't talk like that at all. And he goes, yes, you do. You talk exactly like that.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
So if I did the film, I'll talk about the 39 film, but I'll most likely talk about the 1992 film because I consider it the best version of that story. I've been looking for because there was an old version called the Black Pearl. Because I love Steinbeck. I just got into this discussion with Anima yesterday, I think, or the day. It was either yesterday or the day before, and
Day before yesterday we barely talked. We just did the show.
Because I know I brought it up to you because I'm such a big fan, and I showed you some clips of the Malkovich Gary Sinise scene, which is just so hard to watch. But
I think it was Monday or Tuesday. But yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't really fucking matter.
No.
It's the subject that matters. So, we talked about the film and that it's my favorite iteration or adaptation of the story. Yeah, but I got to tell you something. When Malkovich does it, my God, oh my God, because he's really getting into it. And talk about the part with the rabbits, George. I'm just like, oh my fucking God. See, I don't think that's an alligator. It's a thin snout, and the eyes are sitting high. I think that's a croc.
Doesn't matter. It's a bad omen. That's why it's there.
A friendly fellow like yourself, the way he says that, like, it doesn't sound fake at all. No, and I'm glad you said that, Vinkman Score, because that's exactly where I went with Anima. I said because Looney Tunes referenced it so many fucking times in the cartoons. They did it with different characters. It was always the same kind of relationship, though. Big guy, little guy. I'm going to hug him and squeeze him and name him George. Is also a reference.
Okay.
And then this guy wants to take a picture, so he takes a picture of the three of them, puts it on the wall, and of course the hurricane's coming in or a storm's coming in. So what do you do when everybody does there in the Keys when that shit happens? They go out. And the only place in town is that fucking bar.
It always
Oh my
great
God, the way
until
she's dressed.
they went
Look
to
at
a
her.
photo.
She looks like just the nerdiest person going out on an adventure.
Oh, but she pulls it off. She's brilliant and very convincing. And she has doubts about that. Last minute doubts. And he practices a bit with her and she realizes she's really good at that. And man, she pulls it off.
I'm just going to go back to sleep. It's so nice that I don't have to do this. You're going to do it. All right, I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah, and she's like, no, sir. Not happy. Oh,
I got to tell you,
man.
putting on a shirt one-handed is a bitch like that.
Yes,
She
it
is excited about meeting the rich Spanish lady. And she's excited to the point where she tells him, if she's rich, as long as she's not too good looking, when she gives us the money, I'll let you bang her. That's so fucked up.
As long as she's an uggo, she says.
Yeah.
You can bang her
what?
as long as she's an uggo. An uggo, ugly person, uggo.
Oh.
There's the scene with the watch.
Just a naturally curious person.
He has so many great lines.
Well, we can't see it right now for some reason because all the comments are over top of the dialogue.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, she stole it from a very bad man.
Sometimes other people say their names too because he said his name and she didn't say
Yeah.
hers.
I wonder whether that was ad-libbed.
I wouldn't be surprised because
I
apparently
wouldn't.
that's one thing that they love about working with him on this is that he ad-libs a lot of dialogue.
And it's good. He's funny.
Yeah, he gets up because he gets that phone call and he turns and she is gone.
And he's angry.
Because he knows that's the one-armed man's wristwatch.
Oh, yeah. That's an expensive one. There aren't too many around. They figured that out at the beginning of the season. Isn't that how they find Psycho Bitch? Through his watch or something? I don't remember. It's
Yep.
been a while.
Yeah.
Because there wouldn't be too many of those watches around.
Yeah.
No,
But here they go.
1,500,000. I don't think there are 150,000 is the price of the watch, which is ugly as hell, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is, but that doesn't matter. It's all about bragging about their money. These people don't care what the shit they buy looks like, as long as it's expensive enough. It's weird.
Yes, this is where she says she's kind of a bitch. She's, oh my God, she so is.
Yeah.
The daughter. No, only one of
totally
them gets a
bond.
mimosa. He goes, it'll take me a month to 3 months to get back here with the money. Unless you guys can zip over to Miami, then you can just get it next week.
That's the monkey watching his former human. He's happy with, or he
He's
seems
betrayer.
happy with Yaya, but he hasn't forgotten Neville. So he's watching him.
Hmm.
What happened between them? Why is she mad at Neville? I forgot.
Well, they never really explain it. All I know is that she's like, "You want to ride?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "I didn't mean with me." And then drives off and leaves him with her little car.
Something is off between those two, and I don't really know what it is.
I think there's feelings, and I think something
Oh, that
somebody
definitely.
felt bruised.
Or maybe because Neville went to the Dragon Lady and she's angry about that.
No,
Maybe.
it's something from the past. She likes
Okay.
Neville, but she can't forgive him for being a player.
Well, she has a kid, so
That doesn't mean she was a player.
no. I mean, that means she needs to be careful about who she lets
Yeah,
close to her and into her life. And the
she
player is
needs
not
him
who
to
you want.
grow.
Yeah, the player
And
is
Oh
not who you want to
gosh,
be
because
around your
I
kid.
totally thought you meant she was a whore
what?
with the kid and
Just
everything. She's
let
got
it
the kid.
slide.
Let it slide.
He's being Gary.
Oh yes, back when cartoons were violent and entertaining. Tom and Jerry, the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I was just going to say we didn't get around to watch many cartoons, but Tom and Jerry was definitely one of the ones that we would enjoy, my siblings and I. If we had a moment home alone and my brother could MacGyver an antenna for the TV because the grown-ups would take it. But he figured out how to do that with a clothes hanger. So we had some TV.
And with this storm coming in, it reminds me is there is a film I want to do on a Wednesday, if possible. But we could probably even do it on Military Monday because of who the character is. Is Key Largo
Okay.
with
What's that
Bogart,
about?
Bacall. You've watched it with me, where Bogart is going there to check in on the family of the guy he served with in the military. He gets there at the motel, and they're battening down for a fucking huge hurricane. And there's Gangster, played by um, oh my god, look here, see what is his name? Yeah, Edward G. Robinson. I'll show
I
you the
watched
fucking
that with
trailer, and
you.
you go, "Oh yes, I saw
Oh,
that
okay.
movie." And it's like,
Yeah,
you're
you
ridiculous. You are
know.
ridiculous with your memory.
No, I'm not. I'm watching too much stuff with you.
It, you just used a phrase, two words that don't go together. Too much. There's no such thing when it comes to movies.
I didn't grow up like
And
you.
there's the photo of him right there. And she's standing there. And that's the end of the episode. And they're in trouble.
Again.
They're in big trouble if she turns to look at that photo. Of course, she's going to see that photo.
Of course.
And by the way, my subtitle is Martin likes getting flowers from his wife.
Yeah,
Not
I
for.
noticed that since last week. But
I was thinking about doing something new each week. Then I forget about it. So, all right, before we end the show, we'll have a quick little game here. I guess I'm going to have to go over and do this, though.
let me take down the banner.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
I'm curious what you set up for this week because we didn't have much time this week, so I have no idea what's coming up.
I did several for the next couple weeks,
Okay.
few weeks.
Now, I'm being serious. I'm so happy that you're doing this shit without me knowing because I can participate in Honestly,
I'm always hoping he's coming with a story that he hasn't told me yet, so I don't know whether it's true or not. But often I know the story, and it makes it difficult for me to come up with questions without giving away too much. I'm doing my best, but Fridays, doing a show on Fridays is hard for me because it's right after my shift. I come home and have 20 minutes, and then it's showtime.
God, I cannot believe the amount of whining I'm hearing in this episode today.
Shut the fuck up.
There we go. Next time on the show, stuff. There you go. So here we go. It's another episode of Would I Lie to You? And the fact is, yes, I would. I would lie to get a laugh. But the problem is what's hard is I've done so many crazy things in my life that you guys are fully aware of them. And I kind of like this, that what's important for me is to make it so it's hard for you to tell whether I'm being honestly truthful or truthfully lying. So, because even when I'm probably lying to you, I'm probably telling you a little truth. So this week, let's see what I have to talk about. What is this week's cue card? It is I once accidentally stole a moon rock during a NASA presentation at my school.
Didn't we do that already?
no.
Okay.
So I'm not going to ask myself questions.
No. Well,
Okay.
must be one of the ones that you've did show.
Wait.
I don't know. I'd never talked to you about it.
What kind of a presentation was that?
What kind of what?
What presentation or show at your school? What kind of thing was that?
Back in the 70s, NASA was doing a lot of visits to schools to, one, it helps with funding. And they came to our school when I was in the 9th grade. I was 15. And they did a presentation that included being able to walk up on stage at the end of the presentation. You were able to walk up on stage and it's lines going, and you had to basically cross each other and you go out that exit door back to your seat. So that you'd walk up there and you get to go to each section. Some of the things were open and some of the things were closed. And they had these cool drawers that you could pull out that had different things, meteorites, and one of those drawers, that lock-up drawers they pulled out, had a moon rock in it. So that's all I'm
How
giving you.
big was it?
The moon rock? Not very big.
Yeah.
It was the size of a regular rock. It's about that big.
Oh, okay. That's small.
Because what they would do is they would, it's sort of like crabbing. If you've ever gone crabbing as a scuba diver, you carry a net with you, and as you catch a crab, you put it in your net and you keep swimming trying to catch more crabs, because those little suckers are fast. So anyway, and so the astronauts would keep these little baskets with them that were on their uniforms, and they would stuff rocks in them as they found them if they looked interesting.
Okay. How did you accidentally stole a moon rock?
Well, you guys know that I've accidentally stolen stuff in the past where it's like, look, man, I was Mr. Bean as a kid. I didn't mean to do things. It's just I would like panic when I would knock something over, and then I pick it up and afraid I'm going to get in trouble. I would pocket it. It wasn't stealing it because it was what I wanted to do. And so I had knocked one of the moon rocks out of the drawer, and we were supposed to be touching them.
Yeah, how did
And
nobody see that happen?
that was a lot of fucking kids. I went to a big high school.
Okay.
And somebody's attention wasn't paying attention to me because I'm the sweetest, most innocent looking kid when I was 15, man. And yeah,
Hard to believe.
so
Did you give it back?
I was more like Mr. Bean. No, I never gave it back. I've never given back anything I accidentally stole.
So
And then you
still
complain
have
about
moon
Mac,
rock?
huh?
And my
You
dad was
still
so
have
my dad has gotten so mad at me in the past because he's like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "I did the," and he's like, "Oh my god, we could be arrested for this." I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't know what to do. I panicked.
Did you ever tell your dad about the moon rock?
Yeah, I tell him everything I do. I was a very honest kid.
Did he throw a crutch?
No,
dude. What happened to the rock? Do you still have it?
yeah,
Hello.
I'm not Yanatsky. I'm not cruel. No, take that off of there. That's not me. I would never harm an animal.
Did you
But
answer the question that Beckman's girl had for you earlier?
which was
Was it opened or needed to be opened?
the drawer. This is the weird part is the drawer had a cover, and they would unlock one lock to open the drawer, and then there was a thin metal. I don't know what it kind of looked like sheet metal, because it had the same kind of patchwork to it, and it went over the edge that lock too. So they took a small lock off of that one, and they slid that back up into the whatever that thing is. It had 4 sets of drawers, and you would pull the drawer out, but it would be covered. Then you would unlock that cover, and you would slide that back, and so we could reach in and touch this stuff. There was one moon rock that was in a case. It was the big Mamba Jamba. But there were a bunch of these other little rocks. And because of the way it was tilting, I accidentally touched it, brought it out, and then dropped it. And then in a panic, I picked it up and put it in my pocket so nobody would notice. Like, oh my god. And there you have it. And I walked past their team, including the guy who was doing the presentation. And because I'm the sweet, innocent-looking kid, I don't think they would have considered that I might have been a little thief, even though I wasn't really trying to be a thief. I just ended up that way because I panicked, like Mr. Bean, putting his sneeze cloth into the wrong pocket with the goober. Or his candy. And he puts candy in there, and he's like, "Oh."
What about that?
Yeah, she hates that kind of humor, but that's kind of what I was.
Gross isn't funny.
No. Did you saw that episode in which Mr. Bean was stuffing a giant turkey, and he ends with the
Yes.
turkey on his head?
Oh, yes.
They put that in the movie too, the first movie.
Oh man! And when the tanks just pancaked his car.
Ugh. Let's go back to the game. Any more questions, girls? Guys?
No, I know it's true, and I'll tell you why later.
Um,
Are we judging already?
so Martin
Well,
says
I
it's
vote we
true.
have
Martin
have
thinks
2
it's
votes.
true, and so far there are 2 votes in the chat, and they believe it's true.
I say it's bullshit.
You think it's bullshit.
To
Knowing
our
my
Twitter
history.
audience, please.
Knowing my history
Yes.
with accidentally stealing a tassel from
Yes.
Napoleon's flag
I think this one's
and
bullshit.
a section of rock off of the mounting for the famous statue of Joan of Arc in Paris. That I walked away with that shit, and you think
Dude,
this
you
one's
didn't.
bullshit?
You're an international menace.
I know. No, the nightmares I have um, are their own thing. No, I had no bad dreams about this, but I felt bad. Did you feel bad or did you feel badly? One's a verb. I'm sorry, that's another Val Kilmer joke. Uh, who taught you English? So, oh, we got 3 votes now. One voted false. Uh-oh.
And that
Yes,
was me.
to our Twitter audience, please go to the YouTube channel so you can vote. We need
Yes,
votes.
please.
Well, that is that false coming from you, Anima?
No, I just said it's not. I'm not on YouTube. My phone is on the charger. I have no way of going on YouTube right now. So somebody else thinks it's bullshit.
Somebody thinks I'm a liar. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Other than
fine,
your
fuck you.
girlfriend.
I don't know why you would doubt that story. I really don't.
I hunch.
It's a hunch. What are you? Fucking Quasimodo? That hunch?
Well, since you're back though, Gary, call it a gut feeling.
Oh, okay. Ha ha ha. Har har hardy har har.
Any more votes?
Nope. We're still at 3.
Come on, guys.
Come on,
There's
do
4
it.
now. I just saw 4.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait.
3 to
See
3
what's
to
going
1.
on.
Three to 1.
My neck is killing me today.
Oh my God, Shanatsky.
Vote you slackers.
5
Listen to
votes.
her.
Uh-oh.
Listen
What
to
happened?
her. Listen to Venkman's girl. Then
What
she says,
what did
"Oh,
you
I
what
mean, pretty please."
what did she say?
She says, "Vote you suckers, you slackers," and then she goes, "I mean, pretty please."
Pretty please.
I like her. You're a great
Shinatsky
Venkman's girl.
Shinatsky says because you're a liar.
He knows you.
All right.
6
All right.
votes.
So
And
that's as many people are watching right now from YouTube. So I guess we can end the poll there. It says we've got 6 or 7 watching right now. So end poll, and it ended with True winning, 66%. 33% voted false. 2 votes for false, and the rest were all true. Martin says true. Animus says false.
Wait, the 2 ones for false, is that including mine or the ones from chat?
2 for chat.
no, for
So
chat.
3 total.
Okay, so 3 total.
3
yeah.
total. So
Ah.
3 false, and there's 7.
Hey, Cal.
I think 7 total. Believe it's true.
Well, tell us right now,
Oh,
Cal. It's not too late
I'm
yet.
sorry. Yeah, it's too late. Go ahead and just tell us if you think I'm
Yeah,
bullshitting
tell
or
us
if I'm
in
telling the
chat.
truth.
Oh my God! Look,
Bullshit.
look,
Penny says
look at
bullshit.
Penny.
Okay. Look at you, Penny. Getting all mean to Gary here. Look at that. I'll wait for Cal.
Come on, dude. I need to go to bed. Give us your vote. Ha! That's another false. So we're at 4 now.
Gary, it's false. Well, okay. I hate breaking my girlfriend's heart. I'm sorry, hon. It was
Ha!
false. So
Gut feeling, man.
this is why it's so easy to do. That day really did happen. But no, I didn't knock a rock out and steal it. But NASA did come to the school because they were doing that whole thing around the US, going to school back in 78, 79, promoting the space program. And part of the program was they allowed you to go in and look at, and you could touch some of them. But there was one in particular, and I don't know why, was behind double plexiglass. It was like in its own plexiglass container, and then there was a giant plexiglass container around that.
Probably it had some really precious stuff in it.
I don't know.
People would
Could have
try
been,
to steal.
could have had other stuff that could have been dangerous. So,
Yeah.
which is what I'm more inclined to think it is. So, that's it. So, those of you who called me a liar, you're right.
Gotcha. Busted.
But there was a lot of truth in there. And that's why
Yeah, but
I've decided if I'm going to bullshit you guys, I got to have enough truth in there to where I can trick you. So, those of you who did believe me, it worked. What I tried to do worked. Thank you, Martin.
yeah.
Thanks for falling for it, you gullible prick.
I just know you too well.
And I do want to remind you, I did accidentally steal a tassel from Napoleon's flag, which we
Yeah.
did look. I went and I took a virtual tour of the military museum there. It's right down from the Eiffel Tower. You head straight towards that one building that you always see in the background. As you head towards it, you go left, and it takes you right to where the military museum is. It's huge. It's really huge. It's the location they've used a couple of times for three Musketeer films. It's a beautiful location, and it's where they show them training the Musketeers, and so it's a beautiful place. I've been there, and I really I don't know if I ever want to go back, but because I think I'm done with overseas travel with the
Yeah,
way
you
things
already
are right
said
now.
that.
The whole
Where you're
anti-American
going
thing over there has
overseas,
just gotten too old for me. I
No,
give a shit.
it's not, dude. It's not half as bad as you think it is. It really isn't.
Well, I think it is. So, but anyway, I guess that's it, guys. Enjoyed doing the show today. I love this show, Bad Monkey. I can't believe how much I enjoy it. They have to get another season. I can't see them not getting greenlit because the
Yeah.
numbers are good. It's
We
really
can't
looking good
just
for
have
this
2 more
show.
episodes and then that's it. That's not possible.
Well, the thing is, though, that this is book 1, and there's
Yeah.
only 2 books. So I'm like, that motherfucker better start writing if we're gonna get some more stuff. And this is, of course, the first book, Bad Monkey by Carl Hiaasen. This is the audio book read by the late Artie Johnson from Laugh-In fame. It's the unabridged version too, so that means it's the full book, not edited, truncated. So absolutely highly recommend the show if you're not watching it. Also, if you're in Germany, visit this place. It's called the Ass Bar. And
I think
it
it's
is,
German.
and I just don't see too many countries using Strasse.
Yeah,
So I
but
don't know.
Austrian street signs look different. That's why I'm pretty sure it's in Germany. But it could be Switzerland too. I don't know.
Swiss, that's right. They use their version of German. So, by the way, I have seen the first cut of Tom and Andre's Nosferatu,
Ooh.
and I really do like it. Yeah, Artie died back in 2019, I think is when he died. That or 2020. Yeah, Dame Maggie Smith, we lost her. So, oh, you do? All right, cool. Check that book out. From what I hear, and I'm waiting to find out myself because when I get paid, I'm going to get the audiobook. I'm looking forward to checking this out to see if it's as funny, because I was told it is as funny as the show is. But I'm like, Vince Vaughn. So I will wait. I will wait and find out. But the character, it's written with a little tongue in the cheek, and I like that. I like that kind of writing with my heroes. I like them to be a little funny. And by the way, this episode is brought to you by Sparkly Fingers Anima.
The fact that you had to think what's your girlfriend's name, fake name.
Well, I'm thinking so fast it would work circles around most people. So I'm doing pretty good, especially when I'm like tired and my mouth is dry. So let's see, Penny, Mephisto, Peter Venkman's fan site, Venkman's Girl, FKC 2005, Shanatsky, and Kingsport. Cal, thanks for dropping in. I want to thank
I think
all
that's the first time Cal has
30
seen my AI photos,
of our
Gary.
viewers that are either on Twitter or Rumble. Thanks for dropping in. Wish you guys would drop a line watching the show. Please leave a comment. Helps with the algorithm. Share us out. And remember to always check to make sure you've got that bell selected. So, because people are being deselected. YouTube's doing that. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but they are doing it. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you, Vinkman's Girl. It's good seeing you guys. I always love hanging out with you guys. Moist.
I think you haven't seen the AI things that you did with my photos. This would be the first time.
Oh, he
you've
didn't
seen
see
that.
it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, this is one of them.
It's me and it's not me.
I don't want to say she's got a fiery personality. So anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'll see you guys.
Don't forget.
Later. Bye, guys.
Don't forget John's show later.
That's tonight. And if in between you've got Doomcock's going to have his Friday Night Frolics, and don't forget, sometimes like last week, Penny, you were wrong. Loki did a show. I did join him. We had some fun. So I don't know if there'll be a show tonight. I'm kind of hoping not. I'm actually tired now. So it's you opening the back door. All right. God damn it. Do we have a video here for back door?
We should.
God damn it, Cal.
I don't like the idea of it going out the back door.
There you go. All right. Adios, guys.